Good morning everybody, a warm and sunny welcome to episode 6 of my walk and teach. So today we're going to take a closer look at the present perfect continuous. I've covered it in previous walk and teaches, but I haven't gone into a lot of detail. I've looked at the basic versions of it, so we're going to take a closer look today. And one of the best ways to do that is to compare it against the present continuous. So let's take a quick look at the present continuous. Let's remind ourselves exactly what that is. One of the easiest tenses, I think, is to talk about an activity that you are in the middle of doing right now. So I'm walking in the forest. We covered this in previous videos. It's nice and simple. I'm talking, you are currently listening to this video. So we talk about the activity, and the activity is in the main verb, the ing, what we call the present participle. So I am walking in the forest. So let's move on to the present perfect continuous now. So in previous videos, I've talked about the most frequent version and easiest to understand, and that's to talk about how long I have been doing an activity. So let's take the example. I am walking in the forest. The present perfect continuous tells you how long. So I have been walking in the forest for 20 minutes. That is what is important. How long the activity has been happening. So let's take a quick look at the structure, the verb structure of this sentence. So we're using auxiliary verb have or has. So I have, we have, they have, you have, and he, she, it has. Plus the next auxiliary verb, been, that's always in the same form, been, plus the main verb, again the present participle because it's ing, and we're using the example walking. And we shorten I have to I've. He has, she has to he's or she's. I've been walking in the forest for 20 minutes. Now let's move on to slightly more difficult versions of using this tense. And one of them is to talk about the reason for the present state or condition of someone or something. So a classic textbook example would be when you look out of the window and you see that the ground is wet. So that's the present state or condition. The ground is wet. So I'm using is, yeah, in the present form. The ground is wet right now. And the reason for that is it's been raining. It has been raining. So we shorten it has to it's. It's been raining. The evidence is on the ground or the leaves dripping with water. It's been raining. So it's not raining right now. And that's one of the differences, isn't it? Because I've been walking in the forest for 20 minutes. I'm still walking in the forest. So when the activity is still happening, we say how long that activity has been happening. But when we're talking about the reason for the present state or condition of something, the evidence, the wet ground, the activity is not happening. So there's a point of time on the timeline where that activity stopped. Now this is the grey area. My students hate this, the grey area. It's like, well, how long can that be from the point of time the activity stopped to the present? Because it's a present tense, remember. So the activity started in the past, the activity continued and continued and continued, and then it stopped. And it caused, look at it like cause and effect. It caused the present state or condition of someone or something, the wet ground. So how long can that be? Well, it varies, doesn't it, you know? So if the ground is still wet, we can still say, even though it may have been an hour or two ago that the rain stopped, we can still say it's been raining, because we probably don't know. It's often when we're surprised, we open the door, look out the window, oh, it's been raining. Now, if it's still raining, we can say it's been raining all day. If we know that, if we know how long, we can talk about that. So a tricky tense, isn't it? I can say, as another example, I'm tired. Why am I tired? I've been walking all day, and I'm still walking right now, yeah? But what about when I get home, I finish the activity, I finish walking, and a few minutes later, I sit down and I say, oh, I'm tired. I've been walking. I don't talk about how long. I just say, I've been doing something, and that something, the activity, walking, made me tired. And I am tired. My legs are hurting. I've been walking. Now, if we want to talk about how far we walked, because that's the point, my legs are tired, I've walked 2 kilometers, 10 kilometers, whatever it is that makes your legs tired. So then we're moving to present perfect there, remember, from previous videos. But that's not the point today. So the point today is to look at the 2, maybe 3 variations of present perfect continuous. So the next one is to talk about repeated actions that have happened over a period of time. Yeah, so I can say, I've been reading this book for 6 weeks. I'm not reading it right now. When I say that, it's not literally a continuous action, because I do a bit of reading, then I stop, and I do a bit of reading, then I stop, go to work, go to sleep, do a bit of reading. But because it repeats over a period of time, that period of time kind of becomes the continuous period of time, that continuous activity. And again, we need to say how long when we talk about these repeated. I've been reading this book for 6 weeks. So there's 3 uses of the present perfect continuous that we've looked at today. Hopefully it makes a little bit more sense for you. It is a little bit of a grey area, but again, don't be afraid of using these perfect tenses. They take your English to another level. Everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people can talk in simple tenses, have fluent conversation, but if you want to take your English to the next level, to higher levels, then you need to learn the perfect tenses. So that's it for this week. Hope you like the video. If you do, please like it and share it, repost it on Instagram here. On the screen right now, there's a QR code. If you haven't already bought my web app, please take a look at it. It's €3.99 for a one-off payment, and that will give you lifetime access to what I believe is the best way of learning the English tenses. It's just about the English tenses. There's lots of interaction and activities to do on there. So take a look at it. I'd be very happy if you could afford to buy it and take your English to the next level. So from the forest this week, I'll say goodbye, and I'll see you next week. All the very best.